Hey guys, Tower Climber here, and hopefully you can hear me. I am. I always say that. I legit always say that every single time, but I always am so scared that something's gonna happen with either my microphone or like OBS in general, because something always changes for some reason, even though I don't even touch anything. Like I was having trouble with the chat or something. Um, like the display for it for the actual reaction we're gonna do. No, but it was really weird. It's super weird how it just messes up, like, or just like randomly like does something that it's not supposed to do. But right now I'm looking at it and it seems like it's fine, but I'm also gonna hear myself right now. Yeah, it seems to be fine. Yeah, it seems to be okay. It doesn't really seem to be that bad of an issue. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I'm just looking at something right now because I don't know if it's gonna actually. Never mind, it's good. It's good. Sorry, just wanted to check something real quick. So yeah, anything to say before I actually start the reaction? I need I'm gonna start the video idea that I had that I didn't have actually. I had the idea for the post, and then I kept thinking about it, and then somebody in the comments was like, hey, could you do a video about it? And I'm like, yeah. So, but then I was like, I thought I was going to do a video and then maybe down the road just have that idea in the back of my head. But I was just like, you know what, let's just do it right now. I have it in my head right now. I'm the most interested. If I'm interested in an idea and it's just now like present, I don't want to wait like that long to actually do it, because I might not be interested in that idea later. So, and then the product might suffer from it. I don't want to do that. So yeah, I'd rather just do things that I want to do in the moment. So that video, I mean, it's going good. I did the script for it. I thought the script was fine, and the audio recording was fine. So right now I'm just doing the editing process for it. I can't really say when it's gonna come out because I'm gonna be definitely busy this week. I'm busy every week, but you know, I know the things that I have to do this week, so I can't really say exactly a confirmed day of when it's gonna be out. But you know, it's weird. I've been doing a lot of posts, like community posts. I really like doing them, just because I like to interact with you guys, because it seems it's fun. It's just fun to do. So yeah, other than that, nothing really much. I have all the shorts set up for this week. I think next week's shorts are also all set up, and those are very fun. Very fun ones that I'm looking forward to you guys seeing. So yeah, I'm just gonna start. We're gonna start the reaction. I have nothing really else to say. All right, yeah. So overall, everything's good. Yeah, everything's fine. I think I'm on the right page. I don't know. Wait a minute. Am I not on the right page? Let me switch it over. There, now I'm on the right page. There we go. No, but I don't know anything about this chapter, except for the fact that I know that at some point Trauma is going to be in it because of the thumbnail. again, like if you guys didn't know, if any of you are new, I've been having the same like thumbnail for my streams for the entire time, just changing the number. But now I decided to be like, hey, let me ask one of my friends that I've already read. They read ahead, so it's fine for them to just go to like the chapter, take a screenshot of it, and they give it to me. So I put it in just because because I have a playlist for my chapter reactions, and and it seemed a little weird to have so many ones that just look the exact same, but just the number changed. So I know that Trauma shows up because they sent me that screenshot, and apparently, so they just gave it that to me, and I was like, okay. So I know that he shows up. I don't know the context of how he shows up. I'm maybe assuming that we're gonna keep like going with the bomb fight, and then halfway through we're gonna get some of the Trauma stuff, and we might end off on a cliffhanger with Trauma and Gustang. Maybe, hard to say, but let's my friend said they think I'm gonna like this chapter. So since they told me something specific, they said, I think I'm gonna like this chapter because I liked a lot of the flashback chapters, and I was excited when I heard that, because that means the reason I kept saying that I like the chapters of the flashback are because of the well, I forgot what I was just about to say. Oh yeah, it's because of the dialogue. The dialogue I really like, so they said that I'm gonna very much like it. So I'm excited for it, I guess. So yeah, let me actually put it up. Yep, got it. Got a violence warning. I feel like we haven't had. I feel like there hasn't been a chapter without a violence warning in a long time. I mean, like I feel like every single chapter now has a violence warning. So I don't know. I mean, let's see how much this chapter deserves the violence warning. They've been pretty consistent overall. That night. Oh, sorry. Okay. Well, so I might have been wrong from the get-go. We might just instantly get into the Trauma stuff. That's interesting. All right. Oh yeah, I have to put. Wait a second. Wait a second. I'm gonna put forgot to put the live stream chat right next to me, so just in case you guys have anything to say, I'll be able to respond. Yeah, I think it's good now. Yeah, got it. All right, got it. Now, yeah, now we can actually start the reaction. So we're cutting back. I think we've already seen this part though, but I'm just gonna read it anyway. Yeah, that night, you blamed me for your crime. Now that I'm back, why don't you finally tell the truth and confess? Go ahead and admit that you are the one who killed Amizu. Something I didn't notice before, but I like because SAU normally doesn't do this a lot. The different text bubble to indicate who's talking, like it's highlighted blue to indicate that Enkidu's talking, which is good. Because it'd be a little confusing if it's just all the same bubble. I don't know why, but I also talked a lot about it. Trauma, just like his face, it just looks so innocent. Just looks so like it's a weird. I don't know why it does for me, at least. I don't think anyone else mentioned that, but he just looks very like. It maybe his eyebrows. I think it's his eyebrows that just make it look not very like. A lot more innocent than he's really supposed to be. But yeah. Give me a second. I love Tower God. Yeah, but hey, is the chat is the stream lagging for you? By the way, just asking. I don't know if you can hear right now, but is the stream lagging for you? Is it just running smoothly? Because for me, it just started lagging a lot, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm still like if I'm still like live or if I'm not. Just I just want a little bit of confirmation because I don't know. It just started randomly for me, at least. It just started randomly going weird. But let's see if I'm all good, can hear clearly. Yeah, that's so weird. It just really started lagging for me. That's so weird. So I just wanted to know if it was only from my end. Alright, cool. Never mind. We can keep going, I guess. No, now it's back for me. It just really, that was real weird. No, but I love Targot too. One of my favorite stories. That's the whole reason I have a whole channel. Out of any other story that I could have chosen, I chose Tower God because I really like it and the community is amazing. So yeah. Let's just keep going, I guess. Good thing for me at least, it paused at the title card, so I didn't have to worry that much that I was missing or talking about something. Reunion 2. Okay, so we're cutting back to the reunion little subsection part. Alright, cool. Amizu. Why is that name familiar? Is this still? Oh yeah, this is still. I was wondering if, because I didn't know if they were still doing the It's weird because normally they do the recap like before, like finish the recap before the what's it called? Before the title card. But they did a recap, then the title card, then a more recap. So it confused me if we already read this. But yeah, we read this. Amizu, I remember now. The creature I sought in my dreams. So yeah, I really like this and very interesting. This is confirmation that, because Trauma has talked about his dreams a lot to Jihad and to like Kirin and stuff like that, and we didn't know a lot of the details about it, and we kind of assumed that it had to do with like the memories Leviathan consumed, but now that we know like some type of memories that Leviathan consumed were the Amizu memories, so now it's like that. And also the fact that Trauma is calling Amizu a creature instead of like us, like in the flashback, shows you how different and warped he has become since then. So yeah, even though he was still like, you know, crazy and warped before during the flashback, but he was it was definitely more mellowed out in the flashback 100%, which makes a lot of sense. Now we're getting new stuff, I think. Looks like you finally remembered, Amizu. And do you remember the awful thing you did as well? Poor Dorsey, she's just like in the middle of like this whole thing. Oh, we're getting Holland, I think, yeah. What the heck is he talking about? Is he just rambling nonsense? This isn't quite how I thought the plan was supposed to go. Should I do something? I mean, the thing is that Holland is stronger than Bellerir, 100%. But the thing is that Enkidu is possessing Bellerir, so with one of like the rules that Enkidu has, that he can kill anyone, given it makes sense, I guess. And that worked on Tiara, then Holland has I'm scared if Holland tries to fight Enkidu. Although Trauma is right there, so I don't think much is going to happen with that anyway. Now's my chance. Okay, so alright. So the bong bong wasn't working before because of cobalt, but now it's working again, and Dorsey's gonna try to get out of here. Dude, the bong bong is crazy. Like, even SAU said that the combination between bong bong and Dorsey is like OP in the tower, and it should be. Like, imagine a Princess of Jihad just going around being able to teleport all over the place. Enkidu still maintains previously gained abilities, right? I don't think so. Maybe he does. It's a little unclear how they described it last time. Like, I'm guessing you're asking, does he still keep the abilities of Goro? I don't know. He may not. It's weird. It's really weird, because the reason I say may not is because Goro's body was right there, like when they were fighting Tiara, and it doesn't seem like they're carrying Goro's body around anymore. Either that, or he fused Goro's body with Belerier. If they did that, then maybe he still has the abilities of Goro. Maybe not. It seemed he could have used it when both Belerier and Goro were like in the same location. I don't think he can use it. I don't think they can use, like, I don't think Belerier can use Goro's abilities, if that makes sense. I think it's just a body by body case, and if both bodies are there for him to control, then he can use multiple abilities at once. Maybe we might get confirmation later that contradicts that, so I'm just gonna keep saying that I don't know, right? So just so I don't look like a fool later, but from what I think, I don't think so. Yeah, so Dorsey gets out of there. You little weasel. Crap. I can't believe I lost the king. I mean, Dorsey, you're like... Dorsey in this battlefield is outclassed. Like, Rack at least can be like become the ancient Rack form. Kun has the whole firefish and white soul stuff going on. Like, Dorsey's having a rough go at it right now. I mean, she still has a bong bong, but that's still like, that's only good for escape. Whatever it takes. I have to get it back from him. I completely forgot Enkidu got the king. I thought she was talking about Holden for a second, but that didn't make sense with the skin color. Yeah, Enkidu / Belerier has the king. Gotcha. If that's the case, he'd be a crazy fighter. Yeah, he could just like I know what you mean. Like, if he could stack abilities, like a Tiger God version of like All for One or something, he could just stack abilities over and over again of all the bodies he gets. But no, I think it's just a body by body case from what we've seen. Again, it could be wrong. He could be able to stack abilities, which would be insane. But from what we know, he can't for right now. Amizu. They're still faint, but my memories are gradually returning. So yeah, so like, it's weird how the whole memory devouring stuff works, because in my case, it'd be weird if he can just like meet somebody and then regain his memories like fully, because that would make, then would he have like his own set of memories and the memories inside Leviathan, like two sets of memories? That would be a little weird. So what I think, it's more like he's remembering and picturing stuff, like if you have a dream, like when you have a dream, you have somebody and your dream can't really make a face for a human being sometimes, and it's kind of like blurry, but like you still know who that is, so you don't, in your dream you're not like, who are you, right? But but you wake up and you're like, that I didn't remember having a face for that guy, that's weird. Yeah, so it's kind of like that, where he has memories, but they're like weirdly faded and they're not correct. So because I don't think I like the idea that he can just regain his memories. Like, like by meeting Enkidu. Her face, yeah, like her face, her body, her all that stuff. He's remembering a silhouette. He's not remembering anything else. Her face, her body, her gestures, her smile. That's an interesting one. That he's remembering everything, like even her smile. That's a very just a little hint of just humanity from Trauma. That's something that one of the core memories that he remembers about Amazu. And the most important thing of all, oh, that's so cool. Her death. Yeah, the blood. I mean, this is obviously symbolic. The blood dripping down, spilling all over the floor. That's such a good panel. That's so cool. Just Enkidu rising up from the blood of Amazu. Do you see now? You killed her, Tramarai. Yeah, that's a really good detailed face of Enkidu too. But I don't think this is just gonna fall on deaf ears. I think it's just Tramarai is just so much different. And even if he wasn't different, I don't know how this confrontation would have handled. Like Tramarai would have handled it in the past, either. Like he might have just tried to kill Enkidu. So I don't know. You did it. You're the one who killed her. This is all symbolic. Like, so none of this is actually happening. But like, it's still cool that Trauma just shuts up Enkidu just by stepping on him. Something that like, before the whole thing of Trauma remembering that Enkidu wasn't just a normal human, that he's like a creature. Trauma and Enkidu, like, in my opinion, I think it's a lot more interesting if Trauma really did care for Enkidu as like a friend. He still wasn't included in the us, right? In like the tower climbers and the irregulars and all that stuff, and his companions when he climbed the tower, because that's like for him at the time it was like a bond that went beyond friendship. But for Enkidu, for me at least, it seemed like Enkidu and Tramarai did have a relationship, but now he just views Enkidu as nothing. He just squashes him. It's so crazy. No, you killed her, Enkidu. Again, great panel. So good. What? I killed her? Are you completely delusional? Only fragments of my memories have returned. But you're the one who killed her, Enkidu. What are you talking about? And do you know why? Because I'm your ruler. That's such a Trauma answer. Like, you know why I didn't kill her? Because I own you. Because you're not me. I'm your ruler. You're the one who did it. But I control you. Doesn't matter if I never do anything. Like, you guys do things because I control you to do it. It's such a messed up and twisted logic. But it's such a Trauma response. Like, I would 100% believe Trauma would say that. And that son of a bitch. He hasn't changed at all. Don't twist the truth. That still means you killed her, you freak. Enkidu's just like, what's wrong with you, man? You killed her. You made me do it. Damn. I'm not twisting anything. I don't remember all the details, so I can't say exactly what happened. But I've been a ruler since then, and I would have never gotten blood on my own hands. So you must have killed her, Enkidu. Shut up! It's not a question on who's got blood on their hands. What matters is the whose intentions was behind her murder. I messed that line up, but still, great conversation right now. It's like, see, it's so in character for both of them. No, that doesn't matter at all, Enkidu. What? Many years have passed since you first went to sleep. Good panel. I very much liked Traumarize. Like, I think the thing about Traumarize is that I like all his designs. I liked Traumarize's design for like the proposal party. I liked his design before that, like his robes, like brown robes, and I like Traumarize's current design. I think his design is also different in Wong One's and Nenen's flashback. It's not as overly designed as his current day one, which makes sense. It was like in between those two events, like the Amazu stuff and the present day, right? I think his mask looked different, and he didn't. His clothes weren't overly, like, he still had the big coat, but he didn't have like the same type of overly stuff. I don't think he had the gem, this gem necklace thing. I could be wrong, but I don't remember him having that. But honestly, I like all of Traumarize's designs. I think they're really cool. And in the meantime, I've become certain of something. The most important thing isn't the truth or people's feelings. Going back to the whole talk and philosophy behind Gustang and Traumarai. Traumarai not caring about the truth or not caring. He's willing to be, I would say, contempt with how things are, and just letting them be how they are, even though they're not the truth. He wants to say ignorant, and Gustang has gotten fed up with that, and he doesn't want to remain ignorant. And that's like the whole thing about their characters and how they clash. What really matters above all else, this is the thumbnail one, is who controls the truth. Wow. Yeah, I mean, the whole Jihad Empire and everything, like, they have propaganda all over, obviously, right? Even in the real world, there's propaganda everywhere for every country, but like, it's in that it's such a diluted mindset and such a like messed up mindset, but at the same time, it's true. Like, it's somewhat true. Like, the people that control the truth, like news articles and like other types of people that can tell people what is right and what is wrong, have a lot of power, even though they might not be telling you guys the truth. It's really, and obviously Traumarize, cutting it back from real life to like Tower God, Traumarize's whole thing is control. Like, he's the number one anima. He's all about manipulation. It's so, yeah, it makes complete sense for him to be saying all this stuff. Oh, wow. So we have, okay, so comment from earlier, that if Enkidu still remains, like, regains the power of Goro, this may be a hint that he may still have Goro's power at the very least, because we see Goro's like soul with Belarier and Enkidu. So honestly, he still may have the powers of Goro, but we don't know. But he may still have it because Goro's in this panel as well. Yeah, I like how they're I like how each face gets a little less like surprised. And Kiru's like very surprised because he knows Trumrai from all the way back then. Belerier is like surprised for what he said, but he's not like shocked. And Goro's like completely not shocked at all. He's just like, yep, I mean that it checks out. Trumrai is a scumbag. You bastard. You shameless prick. I'll kill you. Wait, control yourself. Yeah, just God, it's so weird. I don't know why. It's just I get it. It's just the like you 100% get it, but like looking at the flashback between Enkidu and Traumarai, seeing Enkidu like yelling at Traumarai saying I'll kill you. Such a it's a little, it's weird. It's jarring because you don't see it. You didn't see it like that until like the ending of the flashback, which 100% makes sense of why Enkidu now is reacting this way, and from what obviously Traumarai is saying. But like, yeah, it's crazy. Also, Enkidu's huge. Either that or just like perspective, like he's floating above. But still, yeah, yeah. How am I supposed to control myself after hearing that? Never mind. No, Enkidu's huge. I thought it was just like him floating like a ghost. No, he's huge. Yeah. Yeah. How am I supposed to control myself after hearing that? Just calm down. You couldn't beat him in a fight anyway. Trust me, I have a plan. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Like, I still wonder why Belerier, because Belerier still somewhat has control of Enkidu's body, like his own body, not Enkidu's body. Still somehow some way has control. So even if Enkidu wanted to go to Traumarai, I don't know if he could just control Belerier to go to Traumarai. So it's very interesting that they still went, knowing that they can't win against Traumarai. But at least they did steal the chess piece from but that chess piece is Gusting's, not Traumarai's. So I don't know how. I still don't know. I mean, it makes Traumarai not win the game, but it's still not a good. It'd be better for him to get the other chess piece. That I think Holland still has, because he can't give it to Traumarai actually. I had some difficulties to understand what is going on in the last chapter. Like what part of the last chapter? Like the fight with Trauma, Dumas, and Bomb. Which moments did you had difficulty? Was it like the fight choreography, or was it just like the Because I understand that some of the fight choreography wasn't the best in the whole, definitely not the best in the whole series. Last chapter for Bomb and Dumas. But like, what else was other than that? Was it mainly that, or was it something else that you didn't understand in the last chapter? Yeah, just calm down. You couldn't beat him in a fight anyway. Trust me, I have a plan. Just knock down my whole mouse. Okay, got it. And that voice. So you were that arrogant jerk I heard talking on the Observer. Okay, cool. So it's not just the not just an artistic thing. Like the voices are different. That's cool. That when they switched control of the body, their voice actually got different. Hi, I late. Nah, don't worry, man. Still been a really good chapter so far, honestly. Very I like a lot of the dialogue so far, and we're still not even halfway through the chapter, so I'd say you're still pretty much on time. I'm glad you're here, but yeah, let's see. That voice, you were the younger jerk I heard talking down the observer. Are the two of you living in the same body? That's right, Lord Tromrai. What a bizarre situation. Tromrai, you've seen a lot of bizarre, way more bizarre stuff, I think, in your lifetime than this. Although he does know, we don't know if he got the abilities of like the memory of what Enkidu could do. So if he did get that also, then he might be like then he might be puzzled why Enkidu didn't just fully take control over Belleria, which even Enkidu was surprised about. You know what this is, don't you? Of course, it's a king. And if I take this king to the arena, what do you suppose will happen then? It's difficult to say. You may belong to the Pobedao family, but you're not taking part in the game. I guess Gusting wouldn't be allowed to play chess with me since a non-participant beat him to the finish line. I like that actual reaction from Tromrai. He didn't get flustered. He wasn't like, oh shoot, Gusting's gonna win the game if Belleria takes a king or whatever to the arena. He's like, you're not taking part in the game. That's part of the rules set by the administrators. So it doesn't matter if you're part of the Pobedao family. Gusting wouldn't be able to participate. That's very interesting. I like how logical he is about it. Tromrai is super smart. Like, I'd say he's one of the smartest characters in the story that we have met, and it makes sense why he is. His whole thing is manipulation. And yeah, it's crazy. Did Gusting simply abandon his vengeance fight against Tromrai? I'm confused about your. I'm a little confused about your comment. Tromrai and Gusting didn't. Gusting a few chapters ago, it wasn't last chapter. A few chapters ago, said to Dumas that he's going to he understands like the past now, and that's like the whole thing Gusting's been wanting to do. Gusting read the past, the memories. He's like, okay, now I know what I have to do, because he told Tromrai before. He said, I'm ignorant right now. I don't know if I want to kill you yet or not, because I don't have my memories back. When I get my memories, I'll decide if I want to kill you or no kill you. But they weren't close to each other. I mean, like, they weren't in the same spot in the sprout. So I'm guessing Gusting is coming to fight Tromrai, but he's still not there yet. And it might be a thing where in the sprout, because of the whole game between and the rules that they explained, it kind of seems like Tromrai and Gusting can use their spatial warp abilities. The reason I say that is because normally when administrators get into games, they are able to limit part or like the aspects of somebody else's abilities to make the game more fair. And one of the systems in the game of the like capture the chess pieces is that there are little warping devices in the sprout itself. So they might have sealed off that ability for them, so they can't just teleport to each other when they want to, if that makes sense, because that kind of defeats the purpose of having the teleport like lamps all over the place to go to different areas of the sprout. So no, Tromrai, Gusting is just probably not there yet, but he's probably arriving soon enough. Yeah, Gusting's on his way, probably stuck in a rush hour 100. Well, it'd be a rush hour in the Tower God world. It'd be cool to see like a place in the tower just filled with like so many cars, like floating vehicles, that it's just like actually they can all fly. So I'm like, what will be a rush hour? You can just kind of fly around somebody. There's so many cars in the sky that like no one could get anywhere. That's so funny. No, but Gusting's on his way. And yeah, I do believe that some of the abilities of the high rankers and the family heads are being limited by the administrators, because they said that the administrators approved the game. So yeah, that's basically Rush Hour. Horde of steel eels. God, that'd be funny. Yeah, horde of steel. Just like there's a contaminated zone with a bunch of steel eels. Yeah, we're getting our like ranker to go take care of it. But it might take a little bit. That's funny. Thanks for your explanation. Greetings from Brazil. Oh, cool. That's so cool. Some yeah. One of the places that I wanted to visit a lot of places in my lifetime, but Brazil is definitely one of the places that I really want to actually visit. Just because I've had some people, like some friends from Brazil, that they've talked to me about it. And they're like, they go traveling there sometimes and stuff like that. So I like to visit Brazil once in a while. But yeah. Yeah, I read that out, and I'm not gonna read it again. But wouldn't that give me an advantage? If you really want to threaten me, you should have stolen my king. Yeah, like that's what I just said. Like, I feel like it would be way more of a threat to Traumarai if he stole Traumarai's king, not the other king. Okay, he's chuckling. You still haven't figured it out. Don't you see? Sorry about that. Your king is in my hands as well. Nonsense. I've already found my king. I bet you don't even know who it is. Oh, but I do. I didn't even process what he said. I think I just like read it and just kept going. Wait, what? Your king is already in my hands as well. Wow. What? Why? What? I'm just confused. I'm just gonna keep reading. Oh, but I do. It's him. Well, right over there. It's so weird. The whole Holland is one of the most weirdly drawn characters. It's not because he's like badly designed, but because both his hair and his face change every single panel, and it's so funny to me. It like we get introduced to Holland, he's like suave, and every panel seems kind of like, you know, there's some panels that are better than others, some like far away shots, some close-ups, but they all look very similar. Then later he goes crazy, you know, he has all the things around him, he's kind of going insane. So he has veins all over his face. He has some crazy panels, and then he's like, before the war starts, he's like shaven or something, like his whole hair is shaved, and now it's like back to normal, and a few chapters ago his face looked so ugly, and now his face is like back to normal. It's so weird. I had such a fun time in Joe's stream when he mentioned that. It's so funny. No. Yeah. What's Holland doing over there? Oh, that's right. He was kind of like next to them, I think. Let me just go back for a second, because I remember there being a shot. Yeah, they're like all next to each other. And I get that like Belleria stepped up, but that only means that he's like right next to Holland. Yeah, like what is he doing all the way over there? I think I went way too far. Whoa. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna scroll. I'm not gonna do that again. Holland has proved that even manga can get bad animation. That's funny. It's like the whole pain fight animation from Naruto, where it just like they just went crazy. And I don't know what happened. I'm pretty sure I've seen some videos saying that it was like a deadline thing, so they just had to, like, they couldn't perfect the animation, so, which I get, like, kind of like a whole JJK Sakuna Maharaga situation where they just didn't, they just aired an episode unfinished or whatever. No, but it's crazy. But Holand's like the most inconsistent character. It's so funny to me. Could it be? Starts laughing. Oh, it's Holand laughing. Yeah, the different style. Yeah, it's just different. Probably also just different. What's it called? Different not animator, like artist. But it's not only SIU doing the drawings, so like other artists, like just like I think Joe said like some of the half of SIU's teams hates Holand and the other half loves Holand. So it's so funny. No, but yeah. Now I can finally say this. Okay, so it's the whole thing about like the whole theory that Holand's like gonna betray like Traumarai, like everyone else in the family's betrayed Traumarai, like gonna come true. That's right. Ever since I was brought here against my will, no, in fact, ever since this war began, I've already made up my mind to betray you, Lord Traumarai. I mean, hey, Gusting, Jesus. Holand has been like the punching bag of the Lopobia family the entire time he's been introduced. Like, I don't like, out of any of the branch leaders and family people that have betrayed Traumarai so far, I feel like Holand has the best reasoning to like be like, I'm done with this. So funny. No, but it's, yeah, I feel like he definitely has like the best like emotional reason to betray Traumarai out of anyone we've seen, because he's just been getting beat up left and right, man. Traumarai just looks, this is so predictable. Traumarai is just not impressed. He's just like, all right, cool. Whoop-de-doo, buddy. That's I like that. I like how the Traumarai is not like, there's no exclamation mark being like, oh, Holand betrayed me, or someone betrayed me, like how could they betray me? He's like, no, like this, he's like, this is predictable. Okay, let's keep going with this. Theories about his betrayal. No one believed me. Oh, oh, you're saying that you had theories. Yeah, I think it wasn't I don't know if it was a matter of like believing it. It's more of like, a lot of people have betrayed Traumarai so far. For another person to betray Traumarai again, it'd be like, I feel like some people would say it's repetitive, but Holand definitely has like the most reason to actually betray Traumarai. Like, I was never like, it's never going to happen, because I didn't know, but like, I was definitely more in the train that I don't know what, but I was kind of leaning to him not betraying Traumarai. But at the same time, not because he likes Traumarai, but because he doesn't like Pobadao. You know what I mean? So it would mostly that reason. I feel like he's just fed up with both families at this point, which makes sense. And if he joins Revolution, it makes more sense than him joining the Pobadao family. Like, some of the other branch leaders weren't hoping to join Revolution. They were hoping to join the Pobadao family or whatever. But it makes sense for Holand to want to be in Revolution more. We've been working together since this game started. Although I had no idea I would end up with the king, of course. Yeah. I mean, he wouldn't know it's randomized. But, we know that Valerie has talked to all the family branch leaders about betraying Traumarai or something like that. But as soon as I found out I had the king, I realized this was my chance. I notified him on the messenger channel he'd shared with me, and went looking for you. Oh, trauma. They gave him Emily. They put Holland in the group chat. Hey, they put him in the group chat. That's so fun. Damn, they took Goro out of the group chat and added Holland. That's crazy. That's crazy, boy. Goro's just in. Now that we know Goro's kind of still in the body of Enkidu and Bellery, he's just like looking, like side-eyeing Bellery. Is like, really? You took me out of the group chat and you put him in the group chat? How dare you? It's so funny. Since then, I've been following you around waiting for this moment. Bellery is like, alright, cut the monologue, dude. I totally get why. I can totally get why he betrayed Trauma, using his kids like creatures, pawns, experiments. Yet I understand the will to live for those who didn't betray him. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like Trauma is a piece of crap. I mean, all the family leaders are a piece of crap. Revolution, Fug. A lesser extent, while Haesong exists, because of how crappy everything is in the tower currently. So, like, yeah. I don't know. But Trauma is definitely one of the worst family ads. Like Kun even said, like comparatively to like Kun Edwan, which Kun Edwan is a scumbag. That from what we know about him, right? Current day Edwan is like supposed to be like a non-caring piece of trash or whatever, and like a womanizer or whatever. And Kun has met Edwan somewhat from his interactions with everyone else, but he still says that Trauma is the worst human being he's ever seen. Like, he's the most twisted person he's ever met. So that's crazy. Because I wanted to see it with my own eyes. Do you hear me? I want to see how you react when faced with something beyond your control. So yeah, Holland wanted to see like what Trauma would react when he can't control something. You tried to train me to be a new branch leader, but I've never felt respected by you my entire life. Bellery is looking like, all right, buddy, I'm gonna let you do this. I'm gonna let you have this moment. But come on, we have a plan. It's really funny. Also funny how he backed away so far from Trauma. He's like, I'm not staying next to Trauma. Like, Bellery, you can go up to him or whatever. I'm walking back. I'm gonna do this monologue, but I'm staying far away from Trauma. You only chose us as replacement for the branch leaders who had started to get on your nerves. Wow, really? So Trauma did like the whole process of the hatchlings, which is like the new branch leader replacements, where less of like the new generation or something, and more of like Trauma being like, I'm fed up with these guys, like these branch, which to an extent I understand. The branch leaders that we have met are not really the most like cool people, and they feel like they would get in your nerves a lot. Trauma's just like, I'm gonna make new ones. These people, talented people from my family, you're gonna become the new family leaders. Also makes sense that the family, that the branch leaders some branch leaders didn't really like the hatchlings system, like Purpur, I think it was. That the whole reason why she was like not longer a family leader, a branch leader, was because she opposed the hatchling system. Very interesting. Because they opposed the war and were growing tired of you. Yeah, we've seen that already. Despite knowing that, I was proud to be one of your pawns and eagerly awaited my chance to serve you until this war began, that is. But you never had any intention of including us in the war. You didn't even care if we died or not. We didn't mean anything to you, not even as pawns, because you were more than capable of fighting the war by yourself. That's just a crazy but true statement. The family leaders could fight the whole wars if they wanted to. They could just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna kill everyone else in the families until the family leader shows up, and then we're... Hello? I just been rambling. Yo, tell me how much of that rambling you all just missed. I uh I've been yapping for I feel like forever. I feel like I just had a hole in level yap that I've just been going off. How much of that did you guys miss? Wow, that's crazy. Welcome back. Yeah, cool. Now you guys can hear me again. damn it. I've been having a legendary, like, I've been having a just talking and talking and talking. How much of that did you miss? I did not. Like 4 minutes, I think. Huh. Damn, that's crazy. What's the last thing you guys heard? So I don't have to repeat myself. Didn't hear a word for real. No, it's because my mic got unplugged. I have no idea how. The cord is nowhere near like my elbow or like anything. Like it just got unplugged or whatever. But it didn't fall off. It just got like twist, like a little bit unplugged. Didn't hear a word for real. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Did you guys hear me read this? We just missed about the for housing. Okay, cool. But did you guys hear me read this? Pathetic. And so in summary, the branch leaders, blah 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 blah. Like until this part. Do you guys hear me read that? That's so crazy. God damn it. I thought it was too loud, the microphone. I thought it was the complete opposite because I'm not listening to myself right now. I just have my phone right next to me so I can hear what's it called? So I can talk. Let me just actually go back a little bit so I can see where I stopped talking. That's crazy. Got it. I know exactly. Now I know where it stopped working. That's a little bit more than like 4 minutes, I think. It's crazy. No, but it was this. Our very existence meant absolutely nothing to you. That's when it stopped. I'm just gonna read it again. Sorry about that. But what would happen if I smashed this chess piece before you arrived at the arena? See? Looks like I do still matter to you in some way. Now get on your knees and beg me for the king. Lopobia Tramarai. I said great panel. A really good panel of Holland. I'm so sorry that happened. That's crazy. The family leaders would have fought this war. Yeah, basically that. Yeah, that's what I meant. This is around the last thing that you guys heard. Yeah. Yeah, basically I just said that statement is crazy, but completely true. The family leaders would definitely just could fight the whole wars if they wanted to by themselves. And it's crazy, but yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Or I'll destroy this king right in front of you. Basically, you guys missed a little bit of me talking about it, but not that much. I just like the panel. I just talked about this. Not much. This is the part that I liked a lot. I like the Holland stuff because I like the dialogue and all that stuff, but this is the part where I liked it a lot. So he's laughing. Traumer's not impressed. He says, "Pathetic." So in summary, the branch leaders were displeased with me because of the way I behaved during this war. As a result, even Kieran turned his back on me and allowed himself to be captured by the Pope Badao family. Then he decided to betray me and join forces with that guy over there. First, I like the Trauma is not like that. He's just like, all right, this is pathetic. So he's just like recapping everything. I like the dialogue very much about this whole part. That I was talking about this part that I don't know if it's a mistranslation, or if it's more of that Traumrai didn't know that Kirin, he doesn't know what revolution is. None of the family know what revolution is, from what I know, except for Gusting now. But so he doesn't know Kirin's part of revolution or whatever. He doesn't know Belerier is too. So he just assumes that that the Pobedao family, like, you remember that, like, it was way back during the whole like library arc where the whole family, the family branch heads of the Lopobia were about to fight like the fleet or whatever, and they got ambushed and Kirin teleported out of there. Yeah, Traumrai doesn't know about the whole Kirin teleporting out of there and betraying the family leaders before. So he just thinks that Kirin also got captured alongside the family leaders, the branch leaders, and just turned his back on him. Then he doesn't know that Kirin's been betraying him for way longer than that. Yeah, but basically that's all I said. Sorry, just didn't want to keep going the same amount of time that I already went with the whole me talking about it. So I just kind of abridged it right here. But no, I really like this dialogue from Traumrai. That's crazy. I still can't believe that happened. I don't even know how. No, I don't even know how. Like, none of the wires are anywhere near any part of my body where I was like, that I could have moved it. It's weird. No, but everything's good. You people have oh, sorry. I thought that was Olin screaming. You people have only proven to me how useless you really are. Damn. What? Again, his hair changed. Really funny. So why did you side with the branch leaders? Simply to ensure victory for your family leader Gusting? Isn't that obvious? No, not really. Again, loving the dialogue from Traumrai. He's not shaken at all. Not even shaken. Not even like he's not like surprised. He suspected this. He's like predictable, pathetic, all that stuff. He's not shaken by anything. And not only that, like the way he talked about like the rules of the game and how it actually worked and all that stuff, that Belerier taking the king, Gusting's king, wouldn't make Gusting win. So he wasn't surprised about that. And also that he's not believing Belerier's story about just wanting his leader to win. He's like, no, it's not obvious. I don't think you're just in it for Gusting. So I like Traumrai a lot this chapter. No, not really. To be honest, I find your presence in this war the most puzzling thing of all. Belerier's shocked that he saw through him. Why in the world are you doing this? All I want is for you all to meet with the downfall that you deserve. My motives are probably simpler than anyone else involved in this. Yeah, he just wants to see the downfall. I feel like maybe other than like the boss, Belerier is like the most clear representation of revolution. Like they have like their goals. Like he just like simple. I just want to see you guys fall. I can't imagine a more fitting death for you than to be humiliated and killed by the very people you ruled over, like Holland. I suppose that's reasonable enough. Then what does Gusting hope to achieve by helping him? Does he want to punish us all? Okay, yeah. So now Traumrai's thinking, alright, so now I know somewhat the motives of this dude that I was unclear about before, but now the unclear part is why Gusting's helping this dude out. And now he's like, does he want to punish us all? Which is what's made kind of clear from the way they talked before, right? as you understand it, what the consequences of a chess game, like the actual rules of what happens if one of them wins, or like you mean like what are the consequences of the chess game as a storyline thing? You know what I mean? Like if it's gonna happen or if it's not gonna happen. I don't think the chess game is gonna happen. I think the pieces are still somewhat involved because we still haven't gotten to the point where it doesn't matter anymore. It's gonna get to a point where the chess game's not gonna happen. It's not gonna matter. The chess pieces are probably gonna be irrelevant, but at this point, it's still somewhat relevant. But if you're talking about like the actual rules of what happens if one of them loses, like what happens is, I don't know. I don't think it's made very clear, because what happens if they just lose it? I'm guessing something's gonna happen where the administrator would do something to the loser and they couldn't really do anything about it. Like they get I don't know, they die or I don't know if they would die, or like one of them would I don't know what would happen if they lost. One of them actually did the chess game and one of them lost the chess game. I don't know what would happen actually. I think that'd be interesting to see if the chess game does happen, but I don't think it will. But actually I don't know. It wasn't made clear in the rules. It just said vaguely, whoever wins the chess game will win the war. But what does that mean? Like, it's weird. If Trauma beat Gus thing in the chess game, it's not like he will admit defeat and go away. That's the thing, is that I don't know. The only thing I possibly could realistically see is because the chess game and probably this game is being like supervised by the administrator, and the family heads can go against the administrators. I'm guessing the administrator would do something to make it so like one of them aren't able to do anything later or something like that. So I don't know. It's interesting, but to talk about, but I don't actually know what would actually happen. And we're probably not going to get an answer to it because it's not going to happen. I commend your efforts, but I'm afraid you little creatures won't get what you want. What? There are two reasons. Firstly, you and Enkidu may have joined your bodies together, but Enkidu is still under my control. That means Gusting's pawn is essentially in my hands. I mean, hey, I wonder if he can. I don't know, because if it was only Enkidu controlling the body of Belerier, I probably would say yes, because this silhouette is not actually Enkidu. It is the warrior Enkidu, but it's not the blob. The blob took the warrior Enkidu's body from the battlefield, and Traumar was still able to control him, like the body of the warrior and all that stuff. But now that there are actually two minds, Belerier and Enkidu, I don't know how well the hallucination control would be, but it could probably still try, you know. Every time they play chess, they bother an administrator. That's crazy. Imagine the administrator. I'm like, God, I just want to go to sleep. You know, the second floor administrator would be like, I don't care. Go somewhere. Go to another floor. They send him to another floor. Like, just they did the. Because you know that administrator sleeps a lot. he said to Evan Kell, when Evan Kell came back, he was like, yo, Evan Kell, you're fired. He blasted them away and he teleported them to Caracas Heart. I think that administrator would be like, I don't want to deal with you. Like just like Shinsu blast them, and then they go to like, I don't know, another floor. They're like, yo, another administrator, you deal with this. I'm not handling this today. I want to sleep. That's so funny. Did you think I wouldn't have considered that? I have two personalities. That's what I'm saying. I have two personalities now. You don't have full control over me anymore. And secondly, the king is still under my control. What? And do you know why? This one's more interesting. Is he just gonna like speed blitz Holland and just take the king or something? Like he does like a Muzan from Demon Slayer, just holds up Holland's hand with the chess piece on it. He's like, it's mine. That'd be funny. But because like Enkidu, I still have control over you as well, Holland. Really? Because we know Tromrai can't control people. Is Holland not a human? That's interesting. That's not possible. No, it can't be. I've spent a very long time studying how to control people. Holland, haven't you ever wondered anything unusual about those ancient fish you command? Oh yeah, I'm like, and Holland, this has been a thing ever since Holland's been introduced. Holland can't. Holland doesn't have a fishbowl. Like a lot of other people, like even Perdita had like the feathers sting, like Perseus had the reins that he used to summon his seahorse. Like almost every single animal we have seen other than Elaine, and I think Elaine and a few other ones, we know that they have a fishbowl. And obviously Tromrai, right? But Holland was one of them too, that he didn't have a fishbowl. They just came out of his body. That's interesting. Those creatures of yours are artificial fish I used in my experiments to dominate humans long ago. Really? So they're not even real. The ancient fish aren't even real ancient Shinwei. They're artificial Shinwei created. That's crazy. Sorry. They allow me to use people as hosts and control them. That's the whole reason I created you, Holland. Oh, that's such a cool panel. Just the overlay with all the ancient creatures in his body. Like just Holland himself is a fishbowl for the Shinwei. That's so crazy. You're the final product of all those experiments. Don't lie. Not even a powerful animal like you can control human beings. That's again, all these shots of him are crazy. Oh, I love this. Makes up for all the inconsistent Holland art. Honestly, in my opinion, these shots are great. I think every time Trom control one, they can shift. Like, what do you mean? Like shift maybe the way they could take on Trom. They could take on Tromrai's control. Maybe that way they could take on Tromrai's control. You mean like Holland? Like Tromrai's trying to take control of the Shinwei, and he just like switches the Shinwei to like not. Oh, you're talking about Enkidu. I think, right? You're talking about Enkidu. So like he doesn't control Enkidu, right? I thought you were talking about Holland for a second. Never mind. Got it. I was confused by that for a second. Not even a powerful animal like you can control human beings. Actually, I can. Yeah, so he just Wow. Yeah. I love that. I love how nonchalant Trauma is. He's like, actually, I can. I'm able to. Like, no. He's not gonna go on another deep dialogue about it. He's like, yeah, I can. So oh, that's so cool. Just the corruption. Poland, you said you want to see what it's like when I'm not in control of something, right? Wow. All the shinware just popping out of his body. Well, unfortunately, that's not possible for you, at least. That's such a cold line. That line's great. He's like, you wanted to see what it's like for me not to be in control, right? Too bad you're not going to be the person to have that happen. That's crazy. Yeah, Bellary Enkidu. Yeah, cool. I got what you mean eventually. Just that I was on the panels of Holland and the Shinwei, so I thought you were talking about them. Da-da-da. Holland. Again, these 4 shots of Holland, like 4 or 5 shots of Holland, have all been amazing. Holland, bring me the king. Yes, Lord Traumarai. Shit. Didn't see this coming. Wake up. Don't listen to him, Holland. Holland just stepping. He's not in control of his body anymore. That's crazy. That's such a crazy twist. That Holland is somewhat an artificial creation for Traumarai to control people. That's crazy. It's really cool actually. And again, I've loved Traumarai's whole demeanor. Stop right now, you numbskull. He just can't get close. You're such a fool. I don't understand you, Enkidu. After waking up from that deep sleep, shouldn't you be more careful to avoid danger and stay alive? I mean, that's what we've all been saying. Like, bro, why did he come up to Traumarai? The only other person other than Gusting that can actually kill you. Why would you come looking for me in hope of achieving an impossible revenge? You still haven't learned your place, I see. Shut up. All I need for you is to know the truth. But even that so-called truth is just your own subjective opinion. Now stop arguing and just die already. That's it. Again, this panel of Trauma is great. So cool. Oh, wait. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. Just fireballs and fireballs all over the place. And we already know who that is. Were you trying to steal my king? Well, I wasn't here. You sneaky bastard. That voice. Are you that afraid to play chess with me? Yes, step. Traumarai. Yep. Damn, that's so... Dude, Gusting's so cool, and Gusting has the best entrances. All of Gusting's entrances have been amazing. I think there's not been one entrance of Gusting that hasn't been good. It's crazy. I have fallen in love with both Traumarai and Gusting over the course of this arc. I'm so excited for this fight. but also terrified. Yeah, oh, dude, I love the thing about it is that I'm so glad, I'm so happy that SIU delivered on these family heads, like the family heads and Jihad and all of these like ancient top tiers of the tower, the end game of the story. Basically, they needed to be amazing characters. Doesn't matter if they were good guys or bad guys, and they were definitely going to be bad guys from all we knew, right? From all the hints and all the things. They needed to be good characters. And throughout the entire time we've been introduced with Tromrai, Gusting has been good, consistent, right? He's been calling people bugs, all that stuff. But like that's kind of all, right? We've been curious about the mystery of Gusting when we've been hoping for him to have a center stage focus. But every single time we've seen a new family leader now, they've all been amazing. I haven't had a single gripe with any family leader, honestly. I've loved the Yurong one scene in the flashback was one of my favorite scenes in the entire Targat story. Tromra and Gusting's whole dynamic and their whole philosophical point of views, they're amazing when they're together and when they're not together talking to somebody else. That's how good they are. And they're just great, amazing characters. And the dialogue between them is always so good. And just in general, this dialogue has been amazing. Don't be absurd. You finally decided to show yourself, did you? I thought you were hiding from me. Gusting. I just needed some time to clear my mind and make a decision. But I've made up my mind. I'm going to kill you. Not to be continued. I knew it. I knew it was. I had a feeling in the back of my mind, and I think I even said it before the stream, like before the reaction of the stream. The chapter is probably gonna end in Gusting confronting Tromrai. Like that's a cliffhanger. That's a perfect SIU cliffhanger, right? No, but this chapter's been amazing. I don't know this chapter's been so good. I don't know what to leave off on, like let's just have it on that one, I guess. Because honestly, the highlight of this chapter has been Tromrai for me. Tromrai has been amazing this chapter, and the dialogue between him, how nonchalant he is. SIU's cooking for real. 100% he's cooking. He's been cooking for a long time, but yeah, so good. No, I just love Tromrai this chapter, and it's crazy how much I do. Like, I like Tromrai a lot, like his character and all that stuff. I think he's an amazing character. But this chapter again just goes to show you we've had a lot of moments of Tromrai being smart and like outsmarting people. He outsmarted Kun. He outsmarted he was able to outsmart what's it called? Basically all the family leaders, right? That's the whole thing. And if Enkidu didn't if Tromrai didn't leave the room before Gusting would have fooled Gusting too, right? Honestly, I feel like Tromrai is just a really smart character, like one of the smartest in Tower God, and it makes so much sense for him to be so smart because that's the whole point. He's not only is he a family leader, which they all should be pretty smart because they've lived for so long, right? But it's not only because he's lived so long, but because his whole character is about manipulation. Gusting past the eels finally, yeah. Tromrai would have just mind controlled the eels to get out the way. No, but Gusting had to like blow them up one by one. That's so funny. Yeah, like obviously it's like a matter of like intelligence is always like weird to like discuss. I mean, like we know that Gusting is most likely definitely smarter than Traumarai. But doesn't mean that Traumarai isn't intelligent, and he's super smart. And I just loved his dialogue, how unbothered he was by everything in this chapter. He never once was like, wait, what? Or something. Like, he had control of everything in this chapter. He had control of Holland, he had control of the whole conversation with Belleria and everything. He knew that Belleria wasn't just doing this for Gusting. He knew that Belleria wasn't just like, there's more to this stuff. He also knew the rules of the game super well. He was like, yo, nothing's gonna happen if you take the chess piece to the center. You're not in this game. You're not, even if you're part of Gusting's like posse, that doesn't mean Gusting wins the game because you're not part of it. So that's cool, right? It's just super cool that SIU's able to write these characters that they don't, not only their power feels so much higher than everyone else's, like they're gods with power, but to back it up, right? But it just seems like they're able to be so much smarter and better at everything else than anyone else in the tower, which makes so much sense. And I just liked it a lot. The dialogue was amazing this chapter, from Holland's speech to Traumarai's rebuttal to the speech to Traumarai's whole talk with Enkidu being like, I'm a ruler. Such flawed logic, right? But it's still, for Traumarai, makes perfect sense for his character and for like how he is in the story. Yes, Traum is one of the best written villains in the series, 100%. A childlike narcissist god, obsessed with control, who views others as bugs. He reminds me of Doflamingo, 100%. That's a good comparison, because Doflamingo is also a very intelligent character, and Traumarai is definitely childlike in many ways. He's definitely narcissistic. He's 100% obsessed with control. That's his whole thing. He's an anima. That's his whole power set and his whole thing. I just love how the leader of the family that's able to control creatures has such a relevant. It's so fitting for his personality and so fitting for his role. It's so crazy. And just getting the backstory of him and Enkidu, and getting the backstory of everyone else, has made this character so much better. Like, it's crazy. And I feel like each new flashback we might get in the future, involving the family leaders and Jihad's climb, and the one of the most needed flashbacks is 100% like the day they stop climbing, right? We need that flashback. It's just I think it's unacceptable for SIU to not have that flashback at this point. It's one of the most important moments of the entire story, in the entire lore, right? So there needs to be a whole flashback to that day, and I feel like every single flashback that's gonna happen involving Traumarai, Gusting, and all the other family heads are gonna just keep expanding on like the whole point of their characters, and gonna make them way better. Like, I think this is not even the peak of their characters yet, which is crazy to say because they're so good like already, but like I don't think SAU's still done cooking with them. But I think that'd be an interesting video to make, like my favorite Tower God villains. Maybe I could do a top 10 of that. That'd be crazy. That'd be good. But I'm gonna put that on the list. But Traumarai is definitely going up there. I don't know if he's number one. I just need to see how it ends. I think I need to see how it ends with Traumarai, and then I would probably get like a good place and maybe he could be number 1, or maybe he can be number 2 or something, but he's probably still gonna be definitely in the top 3 Tower God villains for me, right? So I just kind of want to see how it ends for Drumright so far. No, but I wonder if we're gonna come back to Bomb and Dumas next chapter, because that's kind of what happened, where we were in the middle of the Dumas and Dumas and Bomb fight, and we just cut to this chapter. So I don't want it to do that. The reason why is obviously because I want to see the fight between Trauma and Gusting so badly, but also because I wouldn't want it to be split like that, like weirdly, like Bomb Dumas, Trauma Gusting, Bomb Dumas, Trauma Gusting. It would be really weird, and the pacing wouldn't be good, I feel. And the pacing in Tower God has always been weird, and to some extent, and it's better in some parts, worse in others, obviously, like any story. But Trauma, but I don't think SAU would be the type of writer to just split it up that weirdly, right? I think it would just probably be better for it just to be like a straight, maybe we don't get the whole fight, but we get like a couple chapters of the fight, like 2-3 something fight chapters of Gusting and Trauma, and then we can cut back, have a couple chapters of the Mom Dumas, stuff like that. I think that'd be better, just to not make it so jarring. But I love this chapter. It's such a good chapter. Not much else to say about it. I love the explanation. I love the whole Holland artificial creature stuff. The ancient fish, all that kind of stuff. I like seeing Enkidu's, current Enkidu's, like personality, like just so much hatred, which is amazing. It goes so well because it's not just the same Enkidu as the flashback. I love how he's just like, I'm gonna kill you, you bastard. I just love that. It makes so much sense that he's like that, right? And yeah, not really much to say. Just a great chapter overall of Tower God. But yeah, overall, I don't know. And again, my bets of this fight are still twofold. I don't think, out of the two, if there is a winner, if this fight concludes and there's actually a winner of the fight, I think Gusting's gonna win, because I think it'll be more interesting for the story if Gusting wins, because if Traumrai wins, what happens? Nothing really. I don't want to say nothing really, because I think SAU could do something with it, but at the same time, I just see more possibilities for Gusting. If Gusting wins, then we can keep this whole rift in the tower going, right? This whole like chaos that's happening in the tower to keep building and building and building, with the other family heads getting involved. If one of the family heads, if Traumrai loses and he dies, then all the other, that's like, it's a clear direction for all the other family heads to get involved in the story finally, right? So I feel like it's more interesting if Gusting wins. So again, that's one of my theories in our predictions or whatever. Next is this fight gets interrupted, and if it gets interrupted, I would want it to get interrupted by Mizuno or Luselek or something like that. People that we know are getting involved in this and are coming to the event of Gusting versus Traumrai, right? So those are my two predictions of what would happen. Like, if it gets interrupted, that's who I wanted to get interrupted by. And first, the other one is that if they're not going to get interrupted, I think it'd be a better story decision for SIU to make Gusting win. But even when I say that, I don't think it's not going to be a easy fight. Obviously, this might be one of this is probably gonna be, like, I made like my favorite fights in Tower God. If this fight is done correctly, I swear, this fight is probably definitely would definitely be my top 5 favorite fights. it has a lot to do to beat Lustlike versus or Uric, because that fight was that fight was just crazy. I don't know what happened. My audio just peaked for 1 second there, but yeah, that fight was craziness, and yeah, but I don't know. It's very interesting, and I but if everything's done right, in my opinion, and with these two godly people fighting, then honestly I think it could be definitely one of my favorite fights in all of Tower God, and I hope they do it, and I hope SIU does it justice, and I have faith in SIU. He's been writing, again, in my opinion, nothing but bangers so far. So even like his most questionable decisions, after like a chapter or two, they get explained away and they're fine again, right? So for me, it's not really that bad of a thing. But yeah, have nothing really else to say unless somebody in the chat wants to say something and ask me a question. But yeah, overall, super looking forward to the next week's chapter. Yeah, nothing much. My new video, which will be Traumai versus if he was in the Saiyan arc of Dragon Ball Z, is being cooked up, and it's going well, and everything is going fine with it so far. It was really fun to write the script for that and to record it. It just, the editing is going a little weirdly because I'm really busy, so I'm hoping that it gets dropped this week. If it doesn't, I still have all the shorts that are still like pre-programmed, so there's like, so my channel's not a barren wasteland. And also I've been doing a lot of community posts, just because I've been having fun doing that, and talking to you guys through them. But yeah, nothing much to say else than that. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and yeah, I'll be signing out right now. Sorry about the microphone problems again. Hopefully that doesn't happen in other streams. Thank you for pointing it out, by the way. Thanks. All right, bye.